and welcome back to my channel! So if you're new here, hi, my name is Rachel. I do lots of Taylor Swift videos, vinyl unboxings, mental health videos, vlogs, those sort of things. If that sounds like something that would interest you, it would mean the absolute world if you could subscribe. So today's video, we're going to be doing kind of a Taylor Swift collection video, and this one is about my Taylor Swift magazines. So when I last did my kind of like Taylor Swift collection, just like all my merch, I don't know if I either didn't include the magazines at the end or I rushed through them so quickly so the video wasn't too long. But today we're just going to be going through all the different ones that I currently own. So we're going to start off with kind of the fan sort of magazines, like the unofficial ones, and then a few like newspaper ones. Those sort of things are what we're going to do first, because I think they're the least exciting ones, so it's good to get the least exciting ones out of the way first, I think. So first up we have this. It's called Why We Love Taylor Swift, the hottest artist of the planet, and it is 100% unofficial, but it's got a really nice cover. Obviously a lot about the Eras tour. I think nowadays you just get so many different like Taylor magazines, just like these fan ones and the unofficial ones, and it's great that there's so much. Like obviously when I was a kid I would have loved for there to have been this many, but there are just so many nowadays that it's hard to pick some. So I've been very selective with the ones that I've bought over the years, just because there are now so many of them. Next up we have How Well Do You Know Taylor, another one. It's just one of these like unofficial ones that you can just find at like HMV and like WH Smith and stuff. Now they're great, you know, if you don't know a lot about Taylor and you're a younger Swiftie, a baby Swiftie, and you're looking for new information about her and stuff. But for someone like me, I know a lot of this stuff, you know, I grew up with a lot of it, so they're fun, don't get me wrong. I like them when they come with like little free gifts, but there's just so many nowadays. This one I did like. I actually got this at the airport when I went to America. It is the People magazine, Taylor Swift Fearless Superstar there. She looks so gorgeous. I really like this one. Yeah, I think I got it at the airport, so it just has different things, you know, has some sketches of Taylor's outfits. And I was actually at one of those concerts where Taylor did Karma with Ice Spice. Does it say the date? It does not say the date. That would have been really cool if it said the date. I could have seen if it was the actual day that I'd been to the Eras tour, but yeah, this is just another one of those fan ones, so it's fun to read. This one I think is slightly better than some of the ones that are available. Some of the unofficial ones can focus on like her relationships and like just really weird fan theories, and I'm not always a big fan of that. I kind of like just focusing on like Taylor and her relationship with the fans and stuff. But anyway, next up we have Taylor Swift OK Select Collector's Edition. This was obviously when Taylor came to the UK for the Eras tour. OK did just a magazine just talking about Taylor and everything, which is quite a nice one. Unfortunately, again, we just have these big sections dedicated to ex-boyfriends, and you just don't get this with other artists. Like I swear, like if there was a magazine on John Mayer, would there be a whole section about his relationships? I just think it always cheapens a magazine when they do that, because there is so much more to Taylor Swift than who she dates. And frankly, it's a personal life, like it's anything to do with us, not really. So I'm not always a big fan when they mention that. I'll be so real. Next up, this is a Bliss, November 2012. I love this. You had a little post-it note. That must be where the Taylor interview is. Yeah, it is. Helpful. Well done, Rachel. So that's what the Taylor interview is. We loved Bliss, like as a kid. And just like some Taylor stuff. Yeah, cute. Looking amazing and just having like an interview. I do miss her doing interviews in magazines, especially like kids ones like this. It is always a shame, but one day maybe she'll come back to us. One day. Next up we have Bliss from November 2010. Love this with Taylor in like the Union Jack cardigan. I don't think I put a post-it note in this to get to the Taylor page, but this one is so 2010. It's so funny just looking at some of the pictures inside of this. It's absolutely wild. We have a picture of Holly Willoughby. Those bags there, that is very, very 2010. This is so funny. There we go. So we got the Taylor Swift little section there. Gorgeous little photo shoot of Taylor. This one I probably could have included in the official one because it is one that Taylor did the interviews for. I love this when she says, "Who do you call if you're having a bad day?" And she put my mum or Emma Stone, which is really sweet. So I probably could have put that with the official one, but yeah. It's very 2010, but I thought I'd put it in the little fan section. Next up we have Top of the Pops. This is just like a random one. Just like one of those ones you can get. It's just like a trashy little magazine. We have a picture of Union J. I thought that was One Direction, and I was like, wait, which One Direction member even is that? It's Union J. When was this? This was, does it have the date on it anywhere? 6th of November 2013, so another quite old one there. Got another one of those unofficial ones. We've got Taylor Fighting Back, or Unstoppable Rise Continues. I always love the dramatic titles they have for these. They're always very, very, like, dramatic. The issue with a lot of these magazines, though, is that they're out of date so quickly because Taylor's always doing new things. So they're just always out of date as soon as they're published, which is crazy. But it is still good to have them as, like, a momentum of Taylor Swift's that time in Taylor Swift history. We've got another one here, The Story of Taylor Swift. I think this came with like a bit of merch, which is quite cool. I think I might have done a video on this one actually. If I did, I will link it down below. If I didn't, well, I won't be linked. There you go, so you got just some great pictures of Taylor. But again, why are we focusing on the boyfriends? It's a pet peeve of mine with the magazines. It is a pet peeve. Okay, and then we have some more. There are a few here. We've got a few magazines. We have Lucky, yeah. I don't even know. I was going to say this is an Australian magazine for some reason. Is it? No, I think it's just a US one. But it's December 2014. This one. Where's the Taylor interview? We got some. You might recognise that Taylor photo. I feel like that was quite an iconic one for a little bit. People love this photo shoot. I think when people did things a little bit different with Taylor's like makeup, people just love those photo shoots because they're just different. You know, it's nice to have a bit of a change up. And I think this was one of those. Another one was Wonderland, which I don't have. I would love to have that one. But when she was on the Wonderland cover, people absolutely adored that one. But yeah, there we have Taylor on Lucky. Then we have this one I actually got from Poland. It's just, yeah, obviously I can't speak Polish. If anyone can speak Polish and would like to translate, please feel free. But that is what it looks like. So it's the stadium Taylor performed at, and Taylor there. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, you know what, I have to get it. Like, we're holding in Poland one time to see the Eras tour. Let's just get it. So we all got one of those. Then we have a People. This is just one of those ones where they just shove Taylor on the front just to get people to buy it. I bought it. I don't often do that, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm so tempted when you see like the funniest covers ever, when they've just made up some story about Taylor and they've literally just like photoshopped a photo of her and like Travis or something, and it's like, it's so unbelievably funny. Like, if it was in a film it'd be funny, but the fact it's a real person, it's like, oh, maybe they shouldn't do that. But they do. Next up we have one from 20th of April 2015. Obviously that photo is not from there. It's a Look magazine. I didn't really read like trashy magazines as a kid, I must admit, or like a teenager. It just wasn't really my sort of thing, but I do have a few of them because say if like someone I know have read them and they saw Taylor on the front, then they would give me the magazine, which I think is very kind. So we have one there. Another Taylor Swift fan book again. They're all very, very, very similar. Maybe one day I should just go through them all and see which one the best one is, but they are very, very similar. So we have another one of those. Then we also have Hello. So as I showed you before with OK doing like a Taylor Swift collector's version, Hello did one as well. I think this is really gorgeous. Great pictures of Taylor in this. Honestly, it'd be great if they could just do like a photo book without text. Like, I think a lot of people would buy that. But yeah, it's got some great pictures of her in here, so I really do like this, and it's just really sweet. So they are all of kind of like the fan ones. Let's go get into some good photo shoots. And then we have kind of like the newspaper-ish style ones. So we've got this one from Telegraph magazine. It was a free one that came with Telegraph. It's from February of 2015. I don't really like this picture of Taylor as much, but she still does look very, very gorgeous because it's Taylor and she'll always look gorgeous. And what I love about magazines is like the adverts you get, because they're so of the time, obviously with like a movie post obviously, but it's just, I really like that. I don't know. Then we have NME. This was actually a free one. This was from October of 2015. Taylor looking very, very gorgeous on the front there. And then we have this one. It's Culture. I don't actually know what newspaper this is from, but it is from October of 2014. I want to say The Guardian. No, it's not. It's from the Sunday Times. It's from the Sunday Times. Sorry, The Guardian. So that's the front cover of that. And then we also have The Imitation Game on the back, actually, which is a great film if you've not seen it. But that is what that one looks like. I got that because I really like the picture of Taylor on the front. Like, if that was a poster without the text, I would put that on my wall because it's so gorgeous. Then we have some of the Rolling Stones. I only have 2 of them. I wish we had more. But first we have this one. This is an incredible magazine. This is from October of 2012. She looks amazing on it. Like, this photo shoot was so iconic, like in the Taylor Swift sort of fandom, I think, because there were pictures of her just like walking around with the guitar and just like holding it and just looking amazing. Like, she looks incredible. Like, this one of her in the grocery store, people do actually think this is just like a candid, but like obviously it was a photo shoot for Rolling Stone. That's why she looks extra amazing in it. But yeah, she looks so good on this one. I think this is my favourite of all the Rolling Stone covers she has done, but I would love to get my hands on the other one she's done, but these are the only 2 I have. We also have this one as well, which is September of 2014. Love this one. Let's show you some of the pictures in the article. So you got some really great gorgeous pictures of Taylor in the article. I absolutely love this one. And her on the beach. You know what? These pictures are very much giving the 1989 kind of Taylor's version photo shoot. Like, they are really reminding me of the 1989 Taylor's version photo shoot for a little bit. I think because of the beach theme. But yeah, love this one. It is really gorgeous. I think Rolling Stone always have great covers, so Taylor always looks great on them. I have Glamour. So first off for Glamour, we have this one. This was from November of 2013. And this is actually how we found out about Taylor Swift's UK Red Tour dates. So we didn't know if the Red Tour was coming to the UK, you know, we'd had no word. There were some rumours. And then this article came out online from this magazine before the actual magazine had come out in stores, and it said, yeah, the Red Tour is coming to the UK. I think we only had like maybe 1 or 2 or maybe 3 of the dates at that point. Obviously they did add extra dates because of demand. That always happens nowadays, but we were very excited that this magazine will always have such a positive thing. Whenever I see it, I'll just be like, oh yeah, that was a good time. That was a very good time. We got that. We have in here, I won't use obviously, we have a tester for Max Factor's whipped cream foundation. I love magazines. Oh my gosh, we've got some skincare stuff that I actually used today. That's crazy. That existed back then. Wild. Easily entertained. And then we've got some stuff that no longer exists actually. But yeah, I love going through the old magazines and just seeing the different things. I was trying to find the Taylor interview in this, but I cannot find it for the life of me. This is the thing with these magazines. They have so many gorgeous there we go, she's right towards the end. So many gorgeous pictures, but such a short article. Like such a short one. This one was from 2013, so before she'd even written Style, saying Taylor's got style. Which we love that. And we're not just talking about these gorgeous looks. Miss Swift is the powerhouse who's playing the fame game her way. Trolls and tabloids, whatevs. Very 2013 there. There you go. I do miss Taylor doing interviews, I must admit. This one is a very iconic Taylor photo, and this is actually the magazine it comes from. Which I think is interesting. I think sometimes you see some of these like amazing pictures of Taylor and you just don't know where they come from. And sometimes they just come from random magazines like this, the Glamour UK, because she used to do these great photo shoots. I miss them so much. I miss them. I'm sorry, I understand she doesn't want to do interviews, but do the photo shoots, Taylor. Do the photo shoots. It's a treat. It's what we deserve. So we've got some great pictures of Taylor with this. This is another Glamour UK one. This one is from June of 2015, so obviously like 1989 tour time, and more gorgeous pictures of Taylor. There you go, just some really great ones. I really love that, and it's wild because it says, I just don't place much priority on looking cool, and I think at 25 I'm finally okay with feeling that. As someone who is 25 right now, yeah. So this is a great magazine. I love it. But yeah, they don't include a lot of Taylor stuff in it, but we still love them. Last but not least, we have the US Glamour. So those two were the UK Glamours. This is the US one. This is from 2013, I think. Oh no, 2012. This is from November 2012. And people love this one because she had not worn her curls for a while at this point, and then this magazine finally brought the curls back. So we will forever be grateful for Glamour for doing that. And it is another reason why she needs to do these magazines, because with the magazines, like, you get different styles that she hasn't like done in a while, or she's never done before, because magazines like to mix things up for their covers. I'm trying to find like some pictures. There's so many, like the pages stop so many times because it's got all like the free samples and stuff that I never used. There we go. So we have some pictures from this. It's wild because even in articles about Taylor, they have pictures of her boyfriend at the time. It's just bizarre, really, but she does look absolutely fantastic. She is a very, very beautiful lady. So yeah, we love Taylor. We have Elle, and this is from June of 2015. I wasn't as big a fan of this photo shoot, I will admit. It wasn't my favourite one out there. I think she's had better ones, in my opinion. But I still think she looks great on the front. Like, even if I wasn't a huge fan of the photo shoot, I did tend to buy the magazine she was on the front of, just because I like kind of having like the Taylor magazines as part of my collection. I don't really collect them as much anymore, like as much as I used to, but I do still like having them. I mean, she doesn't really do like the official ones like this anymore, though. That's kind of why. Oh, there was only one picture of Taylor there. Where's the rest? There's just no more. There's no more. That was it. We also have Florence in here, though. Obviously, now Taylor and Florence have done a song together. Oh, here we go. There you go. Pictures of Taylor looking great. I don't know. I just don't think I like the bodysuit with the hair. I think these pictures are nice. I just think it's that one bodysuit I'm just not a huge fan of. See, this is a very good picture. I think we don't talk about that picture a lot. Just some great ones. They are really great. These are ones that people would use to like convince people that the Rep TV album cover have leaked. So if you ever see like a Rep TV album cover, they'll probably come from like an old photo shoot from a random magazine. We have another 2L here. These are from April of 2019, so a later one. Got 30 things I learned before turning 30. I love the cover of this one. Then we have another one as well from April, I think, of 2019 as well. I think it was the same time maybe, and this is just a different cover. It says, yeah, both say April 2019. Interesting. But yeah, that's there. I honestly can't remember the difference between the two. I'm going to be so real. Was one the US, one the UK? I'm going to be so real. I don't know the difference between the two, but I have both of them. We have Vanity Fair, so we've got two Vanity Fairs here. I prefer the album cover magazine. I probably said album cover in this video, haven't I? Magazine cover for this one. I love this. It's one of my favourites. This was April 2013. I think she looks incredible on that. And I do like this one, I do. I just think she looks a little bit pale. I just think the lighting was, I don't know why they did that. Because if they just made her not look like a vampire as much, it would be a great picture, I think. But this is from September of 2015. In style there. Again, not one I'm a huge fan of the cover, but she still looks great. Q, she does look amazing in this one. Kind of reminds me of that Rolling Stone one. And this is from November of 2015. This one was £8.95 because it was a US one, so I got it when I was in Edinburgh, just like on a little family trip, and I was like, oh, £8.95 for a magazine's a lot, but I bought it. Then we have a Cosmopolitan. I'm gonna have to cover some of these. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, okay, there you go. That's Cosmopolitan. There's so many articles I cannot show you on this, but that's from January of 2013. I want to stress, I did get these at the time, but I didn't read any of the articles that were not appropriate for a 13-year-old. I only read the Taylor Swift articles. Like, I pinky promise, I actually didn't. You know, like my mum always told me don't read the other ones, and I actually didn't. I actually listened. You probably think I'm lying, but I'm genuinely not. So shout out to me for listening to my mum. This one, okay. We can show you more of this one. This one's December 2014. This is slightly less risky. Great picture of Taylor though. Obviously a Christmas kind of one, but yes, less risky. And then we have a Marie Claire. I just realised I made a TikTok video of a similar thing, going through them really, really quickly, and I called it Marie Curie. I am not gonna lie, I thought the magazine was named after the charity and the lady. Yeah, anyway, I remember asking my mum for this magazine back in November of 2012, and she was like, why do you want that? Because obviously, you know, there are inappropriate articles in these magazines. I was like, Taylor Swift, and she's like, yeah, fair. So again, I only read the good stuff. This one actually isn't that bad, to be fair. Actually, no, there is an article that I wouldn't have read at that age, but yeah, it's, I liked having a Taylor magazine cover. We have the official ones, so we have the Reputation magazines. These are official, like, kind of Taylor magazines. So these were actually the Rep CD. They were kind of like, they're not a deluxe version because there's no extra tracks in that way, but like obviously they're kind of cooler than your normal CD, and they just include like lots of kind of behind the scenes pictures, gorgeous pictures of Taylor, like yeah. like little facts and stuff, like just really, they're really, really great. I really, really like them. If you can get your hands on these, do. I would be sad if she didn't do something similar for Rep TV. And then we also have like handwritten lyrics. It's just really great. I really, really like these. People, for their 40th anniversary edition, she recreated, I think, their first like cover, and she looks really great doing that. She looks incredible. And we have the back, it's got that, which is quite cool to celebrate like the different people who have been on People over the years. 40 bonus pages, plus ones to watch, 40 rising stars. Interesting. And that is from October of 2014. Then we have the Vogues. The Vogues are heavy. The Vogues are heavy. Vogues, they're really thick. Okay, first up, this one is November of 2014. It's the UK Vogue. I don't have the iconic one from 2012 when she first tried bangs. So they cut bangs for Vogue, and then it inspired Taylor to have bangs. And obviously she's had bangs for years and years. So shout out to Vogue for doing that, because they inspired Taylor's hairstyle decision. But I don't have that one. This is the first one I have. So that's that. Then I have the iconic Taylor and Carly Kloss one. This is massive. This is from March of 2015, I believe. It's a very thick magazine, and it's when Taylor and Carly were obviously joint on the cover. There was an article with them. It was a really sweet thing that they did. So that's what that looks like. Then we have this one. This was May of 2016. So I think they put a wig on Taylor. I could be wrong. I could be remembering this wrong. I don't think she dyed her hair for this, but I think because she liked the bleached hair, she then did Bleachella, because this was before Bleachella happened. So I think that's what happened. I think it was a wig, and then she inspired her to dye it, which is funny because obviously Vogue were also the ones who inspired her to do the fringe. One of those things looked really good. Anyway, no, she looks good no matter what she does with her hair. Some things were just more interesting. This one is January of 2018. So obviously during like the Reputation era, where she wasn't doing many magazine covers, but Vogue obviously got one because it's Vogue. Another really interesting one, you know, like they really do make her look different on these magazines, but still Taylor, but different. I love them. Then we have this one. I love this one. I think this is a UK one. This one was from, it doesn't have a date on it, but it's January, so I imagine it's January 2020, because it says Taylor Swift by Andrew Lloyd Webber, so it's probably some kind of promotion for Cats, the film. Yeah, but at least we got this really nice album cover out of it. So the album cover, magazine cover, dearie me. But you know what I mean. And then we have the Time magazines that I have of Taylor. We've got this one from 2015. So this was, no, it's not from 2015, it's from 2014. November of 2014, Taylor looking amazing. When this came out, there was so much controversy about it. People being like, she looks really weird up close. Like, why is she not smiling? She should smile more. But if you notice, they ever do a magazine about a man, like a powerful man, this is the exact pose he'll be doing. He'll be close to the camera, looking directly at it, not smiling, straight face. And everyone loves that. They look powerful, but when Taylor does it, it's a problem. And I think I really, really love this photo of her. She looks incredible. Her eyes are stunning on it as well. So I do really like this one, even though a lot of people didn't at the time. Then I have the Person of the Year magazine from 2017. And this was when the Silence Breakers won like People of the Year for Time. And Taylor is included on the front of this magazine, as you can see there. This was obviously a really, really important issue. And it is great that they gave Person of the Year to them. So very, very grateful for Time for recognising the Silence Breakers about that. And then Taylor was on the front cover of that too, because obviously the case where she countersued for $1. Then we have Time Special Edition, kind of similar to those like Hello and OK ones I have. That's what that one looks like. Really nice, quite good quality as well. I got this a while ago, well, not that long ago. When did this even come out? Well, it was display until, I'm trying to look at the date here. It says 2/9/24, but it's a US one, so that means the 9th of February rather than the 2nd of September. But I remember seeing this when I was in the US in October. So yeah, then I have all of the Time Person of the Year ones from December of 2023. I've got one of the US ones. The US one is actually different. It's got a shiny cover, whereas in the UK it's just kind of like a matte sort of cover. It's a different, I don't know how you can tell. I definitely prefer the US one. I kind of wish I got all three of them in the US one. But anyway, these also caused controversy. People were not happy she won Person of the Year. People didn't like the photo shoot, which I can kind of understand with the photo shoot. I think it could have been a little bit more exciting. I think just like the bland background. But she does look really, really great, and obviously we love that Benji made an appearance on the front. I think these two I preferred over that final one in terms of this one, but yeah, she looks great, and we love Benji. And obviously she used photos from this photo shoot when she did her post endorsing the Harris ticket back in 2024 as well. And they're all in my Taylor Swift magazines, I think. I probably missed some of them. It's me. I always end up missing something, and then I find it a week later and I'm like, oh, I don't want to re-record this whole video to add one item, but yeah. So let me know in the comments which Taylor Swift magazines you have, which Taylor Swift magazines you'd like, which one your favourite one is in this collection. I just love talking with you guys, so let me know in the comments. Hope you like this video. If you want to see any kind of videos, let me know in the comments what sort of videos you would like to see. I will eventually do an updated Taylor Swift merch collection, but those sort of videos just take so long, because obviously you've got to find things from different places all over the house, so that's why I kind of put that one off. I have done an updated CD and vinyl collection though. If you do want to check them out, I'll put them in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it to the end, that is very, very impressive. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day!